Oh my God! What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back like you're told. Put your hands.
What are you doing?
It is no surprise that the police department can quickly identify if the suspect is lying or making excuses to escape the consequences. But sometimes they allow this self-belief to get a little too far, blur the obvious, and arrest the wrong person. Here are 5 instances when the police messed up and detained the innocent. Starting off with the arrest case of Sylvester Hayes, a 27-year-old black man who on 16 October 2021 was picking up French toast and bacon for his children's breakfast when the cops approached him. They stopped his car and claimed to have an active arrest warrant for a domestic violence case for a man named Sylvester Hayes.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's all.
Damn, I'm finna go get something for my baby, something to eat.
Okay, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good.
They ask for his driver's license and realize that his name perfectly matches the one they are looking for. So without any further questioning, they ask him to exit the vehicle. When he keeps on asking the reason, the officer gets annoyed and threatens to tase him.
Come on, step out for me. I'll explain it to you. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. You're gonna get tased. Come on and step out. Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
Bro.
Step out.
What are y'all? Man, hold on, bro.
Come on and step out.
The cops are using force to take him out of the vehicle, and that is when they notice that Sylvester has a gun with him. But they do not know that it has been legally registered to him, and he has a license to keep it for emergencies and self-defense purposes.
Hold on! Hey, bro, come get it! Bro, this is my gun! Bro, this is my... Bro! My...
The cops continue to violate Sylvester's rights by not giving him any opportunity to explain himself and his situation. They literally drag him out of the car, and things turn chaotic within seconds.
Bro! My... Bro, what the... My... Bro!
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop!
My neck! You got some foot on my neck! Bro! I got some foot on my neck, bro! What the y'all doing? Help! 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 Dude! Help! Help!
One of the cops can be heard saying "shut up" to Sylvester when he asks the reason for his arrest. This is straight-up humiliation of his rights. A suspect is free to ask the reason for arrest, and without a reason, the suspect cannot face any charges. But the police are so certain of their judgment and are not willing to give Sylvester any chance to clear things up. Sylvester is yelling out for help because he indeed is innocent. The actual criminal that the police are looking for is another Sylvester Hayes, whose spelling is Sylvester, while this father of 4 children is Sylvester with an I. But the cops refuse to give any thought to this possibility.
Help! 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 They hurting me! They hurting me!
This Sylvester is 100% innocent and has hungry children at home waiting for him to bring food, so it is understandable why he is resisting this much. Unfortunately, his desperation does not work at all. No one listens to his call for help, and the cops proceed to use brute force as they shove him inside their car.
I don't got no felony.
Get in the car!
Bro, help!
Stop! Get in there!
Well, y'all hurting me.
Get in
Well,
there!
y'all help me! Help! Somebody help me! Stop!
Stop! Stop! I'm getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your...
The officer can be heard saying that it is all Sylvester's fault for getting himself in this escalated situation. He also says that he is absolutely certain that they have the right person, which they obviously do not. It's utter miscommunication, misunderstanding, and narrow-mindedness from the police's end, and they are totally unaware of it. As of right now, the cops have put leg restraints on Sylvester to further suppress his struggle.
All right, let's get him up.
All right.
Leg restraints are off. Ready, 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man. Y'all are in big... I can't even get up, man. My fucking get the
What? Stop being a baby and get in the car.
Damn, you a black man. You gonna let them do this? You gonna let them do me? Damn, fam. Do you see how they doing me? Do you see how they...
Scoot back. Scoot back. On your feet. You got the gun?
Yeah, it's in the and his
It was in
right
his
pocket.
right pocket.
And he kept going like this too.
I saw it.
He kept reaching.
No, I did not.
Like a bag of rice, the officers throw him into the back seat. Meanwhile, the female officer enters his name into the algorithm and finally figures out that they have arrested an innocent person. Another officer who arrives late tells this to Sylvester.
Mr. Hayes, so, and I don't know all the story, but there is another Sylvester Hayes, right? So give me a second, right? And that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Then maybe that's, I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes?
Hayes, Sylvester Hayes was
Yes.
third.
At this point, the officers know that they have the wrong person in their custody, but they proceed with the arrest anyway. This is the justification they gave for unlawfully arresting him.
Double check with the jail sergeant on the UCW charge.
Okay.
All right. Just to make sure, because you know we got new laws now.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's not a felon, but not convicted of one, that's different. Any drugs in the car?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Y'all just searched the car.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
Okay. That's fine. And then what was his injury?
Nothing.
But if he resisted, he resisted. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
he just
So we got
resisted.
him on that, right?
Yeah.
So that we're good. So yeah. So.
They let Sylvester go after some time when none of the charges made sense, but this event left a traumatic mark on the 27-year-old. According to him, he still gets nightmares about this haunting experience. The cops violated the 4th and 14th Amendments by searching him unreasonably and not respecting the citizen's immunity given by the state. Later, Hayes filed a complaint against the police department and the city, seeking a jury trial, punitive damages, and attorney's fees in the lawsuit, pointing to 2 counts of excessive force and 1 count of unlawful arrest. And while Sylvester's lawsuit is still under process, Antonio sued the Georgia police and has received $350,000 as a settlement from the state. Antonio Smith. On the 8th of February 2020, a Walgreens employee called 911 because a man was asking customers for money. When the officer arrived, the customer told a separate officer that the man who was harassing them had walked down the street. Antonio, unfortunately, was walking on the same street waiting for her sister to send him money. Officer Henry saw Antonio and approached him.
About suspicious activity, man.
Suspicious activity? Where about?
They said someone.
View that camera. I told them what I was doing.
Oasis Son's right here next to the El Rodeo.
I told them what I was doing. I was waiting for my sister, the Western Union, me some money. I always go there and get Western Union, and they know me.
Hey, you got your ID on you?
Yes, I got my ID. What are you guys doing?
We're out here investigating suspicious activity,
Well,
sir.
I'm not doing anything. I've been around cameras, so I ain't been doing nothing.
All right. So what were you doing over there at the Walgreens?
Waiting for Western Union. Call my sister right now. She's in Florida. You have a cell phone, call her. Don't
Call
try me
who?
like this. Call my sister in Florida. Don't.
Antonio clears up everything and provides the officers with 3 frames of reference to confirm his innocence. First, the cameras which captured his movement. Second, the people who have seen him around here. And third, his sister, who is going to send him money. While he is justifying his situation, one officer sneaks up on him from behind, and no one can possibly expect what he does next.
Sister in Florida. Don't do this. What are you doing? Oh my God! What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back like you told. Put your
What
hands.
are you doing? Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, please.
Put
I
your
wasn't
hands.
doing anything. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. You broke my wrist. Oh my God.
Stop.
You broke my wrist. Oh my God.
Yeah, he might be broke.
Oh Jesus. Oh my God. 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 Oh Jesus. Oh, it hurt. Oh my God.
Yeah, hold on. Relax.
Please, sir. Oh God. Oh.
Without any evidence, warning, or communication, the second officer, named Wheeler, bear hugs him, telling him to put his hands behind his back, which he cannot due to the awkward position he's in. Officer Wheeler does not give any room to Antonio for questioning the arrest, and before he can even move, the officer slams him on the ground for absolutely no reason at all. Antonio was not resisting, so this use of force was not necessary. Not only did it shock the man, but also broke his wrist. In a disheartening manner, Antonio starts sobbing in pain.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it hurts.
I'm gonna take it off. Hold on.
We're gonna take it off. We're gonna take it off.
Slide it up your arm.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it hurts. 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 Please, sir. Please, sir.
I'm gonna take it off. I want you to relax.
Watching the unbearable anguish, the officers now have to undo what they just did and start removing the cuffs.
Hold on. Put this arm up over your head. Back up. Put this arm up over your head. Like this. Is it up here?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, roll over on this side.
To roll over.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
As they now assess the situation and what to do next, Officer Henry receives groundbreaking news that shakes the cops to their core. They made a terrible mistake.
Hey, this was the other guy. The guy with the warrants over there.
Oh,
Huh? No, there's two different people. Because they pointed this guy out to me.
Okay, I got you.
So anyone told about Officer 27 and 29 through Florida. OLM, please.
Officer Wheeler is visibly still in denial of the news, but he cannot run away from reality and has to face what he has done.
That's him?
No,
That's the other guy.
the other guy is over there. They pointed out two different people.
Okay.
They got the guy with a warrant. This guy, I had just got contact with him.
Here's the complete picture. There are two different suspects and two different officers communicating simultaneously on the same cell. Officer Wheeler got confused between the two. He was meant to detain the other person, but he accidentally mistook Antonio for him. But regardless of all that confusion, slamming someone on the ground like that is never appreciated, especially when the suspect is not showing any signs of resistance. Officer Henry calls for immediate medical backup to treat Antonio right away.
I'm so confused. Wait.
Okay, so
He's not the one with the warrant?
no. Apparently he has a warrant. So whenever they were talking to him, Swore said, "Hey, come over here and see if there's another guy," because that guy said, "Hey, there's another guy also." So when I walk on the side of the store, people are there like, that guy. I was like, "Hey, he's walking through the red roof in." So I thought this was the guy that they were calling about, because he said, because that guy said he's not the one that had to call him. He said it was this guy. So whenever he was walking down, I was like, all right, well, I went back to go grab my car, and I got him stopped here. And then he was like, "Hey, put your hands on me back," and I thought that I had missed something.
Oh, God. The officers are clearly regretful for their actions, but what happened has happened and cannot be changed. Officer Wheeler has left without apologizing, and Antonio is disappointed and upset, so much so that he decides to not avail the medical service as an act of unforgiveness.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. We got an ambulance coming, okay? You don't want to talk to the ambulance?
Oh my God.
Hold on, sir. Just one second. Okay. Can you just hang out and let ambulance look at you?
I'm fine. That's fine.
All right. Just give me 1 second. Let me talk to somebody real quick. Okay, and I'll be right back. I'll talk to you. Okay. All right.
Surprisingly, Officer Wheeler comes back to atone for his mistake.
Just tell me your first name.
I need to get a new one. I'm sorry.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
You don't want to wait.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
They're going to be coming there. I guess if you want to cancel with them, you can. Or
You want to back in your pocket? Or?
Here, put your pocket. He explained to you what was happening, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I heard the whole thing.
Okay. You don't want to wait for the EMS?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Antonio leaves the scene in distress and stays quiet for a year. In that time, Officer Wheeler underwent investigation and retraining. Then in June 2021, Antonio decided to sue the Valdosta police and the other city officials in the U.S. District Court, saying that they used excessive force and violated his civil rights. The city offered $350,000 as compensation for the unfortunate event. And if you think Wheeler is a bad police officer, then you are not ready for the extremely hostile cop in the next case. Patrick Mumford. On February 1st, 2016, Patrick Mumford was going back to his home when the police surrounded him, saying that they were looking for a wanted man, and Patrick resembled his appearance. So they started questioning Patrick, who is shocked and scared by this surprise visit.
How you doing, sir? How you doing? What's your name, man? What's your name? I'm gonna ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So what's your name?
Patrick is concerned and can barely compute what is going on. The officer's tone does not help the situation either. He does not understand Patrick's condition and continues to push him, but thankfully, Patrick somehow utters out his name amid the stress. For some reason, this works against him, and the officer asks him to leave the vehicle.
Turn around, put your hands in the car. What happened? Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't tell me what I do, man.
Dude, you got a warrant, dude. You got a warrant.
I just came back from my probation officer.
Get your hand off the wheel. This is gonna get bad for you.
No, man. Hey, Jack, call my people, Jack. No, man.
You got a taser?
No.
Alright, tase him.
Back up.
Tase
Man,
him.
go ahead.
Tase him.
Come out.
Tase him. Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Do not read.
The police officer jumps from 20 seconds to 3 within just 1 second. This impatience is going to cost the officer his repute and respect. First, he only gives Patrick 2 chances to say his name. Then, without any further identification, he decides to arrest the young man. And when he asks the reason, the cops pull out a taser, and it only keeps on getting worse from here.
Dude, stand back. Stand back. Get out of the car now. We're not telling you again.
You better get out of the car. Y'all ain't letting me know what's going on. Get out of the car.
You have a warrant. Get out of the car. Tase him. Tase him.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Man, y'all better leave me alone. Get out of the car. Now, y'all better leave me alone, cousin. Move, Fox, move! Really? Handcuff him now! Handcuff him! You're gonna get it again! Man, I'm cuffed, cousin. Okay.
They tase him and forcefully pull him out of the car. While he is handcuffed, they search him and find his wallet.
Stop. Quit resisting. I got him, guys. Just get search whatever he's going for. Okay?
The wallet proves to be a blessing, as now the officers know for a fact that he is not the man they're looking for.
How long these people
Okay,
acting?
dude. Here's the deal, dude.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for, but here's the deal. When I ask you for ID because you look a lot like the person we're looking for...
Man, y'all is ow!
Okay, when we ask you for ID because you look a lot like the person we're looking for that's living at this address,
Oh, Lord.
you give us ID. And when you start this whole fighting nonsense, dude, you caught yourself a charge you didn't need to catch, man. All you had to do is give me this.
The officer has now started gaslighting and victim blaming. He says that giving him an ID would have solved everything, but the officer never felt the need to ask about it in the first place. The cop was so confident that Patrick was the wanted man that he disregarded everything that indicated otherwise, including Patrick saying his own name, which was completely different from the person they were searching for.
But when I walk up there and ask you...
My name's Patrick. No. I said Patrick. Y'all didn't have no right.
We actually do have a right, sir. Okay.
Yes.
The picture we have...
They look exactly.
They look a good bit alike, man. To you, maybe not, man, but to the picture we have, I walk...
Michael's your son?
Does Michael stay here?
Oh, wow. Looking at that picture, I mean...
It's not far off. Okay, are we wrong?
You're not
And he doesn't want to give us his ID.
Why you just didn't cooperate? Shut up! Just shut up! Just shut up! I'm pissed.
You said my name's Patrick?
That's my name. Michael. Pat. Whatever. The both of y'all got my blood pressure up to here. What has my son done now?
Your son has a warrant.
For what?
It's
here?
No, it's out of somewhere else. It's in Georgia, but they want him.
The police cannot turn this one around. Just because he looks like the wanted man does not give them the right to skip over the standard procedure of identity confirmation. Patrick's mother is fuming because the officer who arrested Patrick is not ready to accept his mistake and is constantly finding ways to justify his wrong reasoning.
We're going to trade for the 1095, and then I'll be en route.
Temple.
You came to your exit. 50 Charlie, what's your location? 302 trade.
Here's the deal.
He said Patrick, but when we asked for ID to confirm it,
that's when he started to get, yeah. And it's everything's on video, okay? It's not like we came up here just saying, hey, we're to jack you up, okay? Okay, when I have someone in a car that looks like you have a warrant, I'm not going to play the hanky-panky game of teetering around. And when he's trying to get back into a car where I don't know if there's a weapon at, I'm going to act appropriately, sir. I'm sorry? Okay, and again, if I think he has a warrant and I know I've got to put him in custody, I'm not going to play around because there may or may not be a gun in that car or any other kind of weapons, okay? I don't know that, sir. I have to act appropriately. And when he's trying to get back into the car and hold himself in, I go on what I'm seeing at the time.
Patrick was clearly frightened by the condescending demeanor of the officer, which is why he was refuging inside the car. All the officers had to do was use a softer tone with the 24-year-old, and everything would have been sorted without any inconvenience. After this, Patrick was charged with violating probation and was at the risk of dropping out of college along with losing his job. Thankfully, all those charges were thrown out when an internal investigation was launched by the Savannah Council the same year, which analyzed the body camera footage and concluded that the cops did not follow proper procedure. As a result, all 4 of them were suspended. Moreover, the council offered $100,000 to Patrick for the mistaken identity case. Patrick is a random young boy, so mistaking him for a criminal can be excusable, but there is no leverage for mistakenly arresting famous people like film directors. Ryan Coogler. On January 7, 2022, Ryan Coogler, the man who directed the popular Marvel movie, Black Panther, went to the bank in order to make a transaction. He went to the counter and handed the bank teller a withdrawal slip with a note written on the back that said that he would like to draw $12,000 cash from his checking account. He also added that he wants the transaction to be discreet and private, so he would appreciate it if the teller counted the money somewhere else. The teller misinterpreted the situation as an act of robbery. Ryan was wearing COVID mask, sunglasses, and a hat, which made the lady even more suspicious. She excused herself for a couple of minutes and called the cops, who immediately put Ryan under arrest along with his colleagues who were waiting outside the bank.
So basically, we got a call, and from what we got the call, it seems like someone was trying to rob the bank. Something about you passing a note to the teller, something to that effect. Can you just tell me what's going on? Or?
Yeah, bro. It's a medical assistant that works in my house that prefers to be paid in cash. Every time I make a withdrawal to pay her, you know, because it's a large amount, she works a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't write down on a note how much I went out, and then I don't want it ran through the money counter right there at the desk, the whole bank ends up looking at it because they just hearing money going through the account, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe getting money out like that. So every time I go to withdraw it, you know, I put the amount, the account I want to take it out of.
Gotcha.
And I put my own card in, and then they usually take. I mean, like always, just get the money from me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't understand.
So you make well. That's like I said. That's the reason why we're out here, and that's the reason why we detained everybody, because we didn't know exactly what was going on.
So far, the cops are really understanding of the situation, and they are communicating with Ryan to figure out the way forward from here. Ryan's side of the story is pretty straightforward, simple, and logical. After spending a few minutes in the car, he requests the officer to remove the handcuffs and then have the conversation because, in case someone sees him like this, it could ruin his reputation in the film industry.
I stated to the officers that arrested me that had their Glocks out.
Yeah.
That I was pulling money out of my own account.
I understand.
I put my own bank card in there before the lady went in the back. You know what I'm saying?
So we have to confirm that. You gotta understand, we don't come out because of the seriousness of the call. We don't just come out, and unfortunately in a situation like that, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. We detain and then we ask questions later. That's exactly what I went inside for. Hey, you can take them out, the other people that are handcuffed.
Yeah, they got it. Hand me that note.
So That's why we come out with weapons. That's why you're detained, and then we ask questions later because of the nature of the call. So,
Say it again, sir.
It's nothing.
Although the officer has explained everything to him, Ryan seems to be upset by how the incident unfolded. He conveys his point of view to the officers and how much this misunderstanding has mentally impacted him.
What's my perspective? What's my perspective?
I don't know. You
At the bank, she never said it was a bro.
Yeah.
I said, hey, is that gonna be okay with you? She said, yeah. I put my own card in, put my own pin in. She asked to see my ID. I gave it to her.
Yeah.
And she goes in the back, and I'm waiting for the and then the people keep coming out. Hey, they taking care of you. They taking care of you. Everything's just taking a little while. Next thing I hear.
Yeah.
I hear Glocks getting pulled out. That's what I hear. I hear Glocks getting pulled out from unholstering. Hey, sir, can I talk to you for a minute? You understand what I'm saying?
As a civilian, this is hurtful, but the officers took the necessary safe step here. It was all a misinterpretation of the message. But the cops understand that they have caused inconvenience to the director, so they try to make up for it the best they can. They returned all of his property immediately and released his colleagues. Afterward, the bank officially apologized to him, expressing their regret. Ryan is well known, so it's no surprise that the officers maintained polite conversational grounds with him. But that is not the same for everyone, especially Yesenia Garcia, who was forcefully accused of a hit-and-run case. Yesenia Garcia. In May 2020, Yesenia was arrested by the officers for a hit-and-run case, but that was not what actually happened. She was in a nightclub when an unknown man jumped on her windshield repeatedly, which severely damaged it. Meanwhile, a hit-and-run incident had happened nearby, and when the police saw her parked car with a smashed windshield, they thought that she was the culprit. They made up their mind immediately, and nothing was going to change their decision now.
Car was just involved in a hit-and-run collision where a pedestrian was hit. And don't make faces like you don't know what I'm talking, but listen to me.
Oh my God.
Listen
okay.
to me. Leaving the scene of an injury accident is a felony. This isn't my first day. I know that you were driving and you were worried about it because you're drinking. If you
I came
listen
to get
me.
my cigarettes. You can ask the hi-fi security guard. Like.
Then how did your car have damage on your
I
windshield?
have no idea.
Okay.
I have no
listen
idea.
to me. Because of the nature of the incident and the injuries, if you continue to say we don't know that you're driving and you don't know what happened to your car, we're going to do DNA tests and all sorts of other things to the car, and it's going to show that you were in the drive.
You can see how blinded the officer is when he says that he is absolutely sure that even the DNA tests are going to indicate that Yesenia committed the crime. This single clip is enough to show the inability of the cops to consider any other outcome apart from the one they have constructed by themselves. And if that is not bad enough on its own, they are even making up false justifications and evidence to support their fabricated claim.
I'm not going to listen to you because you're lying to me. The problem is you guys left, were involved in a collision, you panicked, you pulled over here.
No, we did not. No, we did not. Okay. You cannot pin that. You're not pinning that on us because that is not the truth.
You're not listening to me.
I'm listening to you. You're saying that this vehicle was involved.
Listen, stop talking for a second.
The officer has told his point of view already, and when it's time for Yesenia's friend to talk, the cop tells him to zip it and listen again. After listening to the officer again, the friend offers to show him the receipt as proof that they were inside the entire time.
Let me show you the transactions. Let me show you the transactions.
I don't need to see the transactions.
Why? Why? Because it validates my truth?
No, there's evidence that you can't dispute.
That's not evidence about anything.
There's a person that hit the windshield.
Nobody hit the windshield.
Okay.
This car...
All right, I'm not going to argue with you, man. You know she was driving. I'm not stupid. We have witnesses and we have cameras. I'm trying to help protect you guys now because now you're lying to us. She has glass on her clothing like an explosion, like small...
There was not a single grain of glass on Yesenia because she was not in the car when the man smashed the car's windshield. It's a great irony that the officer is telling her friend to not lie when he himself is lying shamelessly. What's even more insane is that he even tries to rationalize his lie by putting light on her shirt in front of his body camera to show pieces of glass that do not exist.
There's little specks of it on her shirt.
Yeah. Where?
After this, they take her to the police station to collect the imaginary glass as evidence. When she asked to see the warrant, the officer replied with this.
Okay, can I see that?
When we're done, I don't have time to waste you reading documents. I served you, that's all I need to do. And if you don't put your arm out, you're going to be strapped down. We don't want that.
It's utterly inhumane to talk to a suspect in that tone. especially when the suspect is innocent and has been unlawfully framed. They took her blood in the process, the officer missed her vein, and to make things even more frustrating for Yesenia, he blamed her for moving and making him miss the target. Yesenia was charged with 2 counts of DUI and failure to stop at the scene of the accident causing injury or death. However, Yesenia was not going to tolerate this injustice at any cost, so she filed a complaint against the police department 3 years later in 2023. The state finally acknowledged that the officers made a mistake, and as a result, they faced penalties including a 40-hour unpaid suspension. As for Yesenia, she received $200,000 as a settlement from the Scottsdale City Council. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.